Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Today, we're going to have the third video and probably the last for tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow night, probably, if we don't get too under the weather. And in this video, we are going to assess our leader's fierce leader abilities to lead us into battle and to a better life. So we're going to start with the best one, which is the guy who's barely conscious most of the time, which is Joe Biden, who's mostly dead, but nevertheless he's in charge supposedly. That guy, I think, is in bad shape, and the problem is his medics tell us that he continues to be fit for office. He's got his 15 minutes daily when these guys are resuscitating him, get him up like Dracula from his little, casket, and then they put it in front of us for about 15 minutes. He dives for the ball a few times, and then he's getting lost. So, what do you think about our mighty President Biden?
What I think is that America is more respected now than
You
with
think so?
Trump, yeah, because Trump was not stable, and everybody was afraid in the world because I think you lost faith, especially with Trump. But Biden is respected everywhere he goes.
He's a gentleman.
That's what. Whenever I talk in Canada and with friends or even enemies, recognize that he has leadership skills. He is spot on. Every question that he gets, he is right there, and his policies make a lot of good to America and to the world. So I think you have one of the best.
We are in good hands, you're saying.
That's my feeling. Yeah.
What about his vice president when she's not on her knees? If you know what
I
I
think
mean.
I think she doesn't receive enough attention. She is
Oh yeah,
too
she receives a lot of
she is so
attention.
competent and she knows
In-
so much.
In what? What subject? Because I can
You
think
know,
only of
you-
one.
No, there is this when people feel like they have envy, right? And I think she is the one. She has such a, like in such some level like Michelle Obama or like
Jesus
they
Christ.
have
Why did
they
you
have
bring her
such a high position where how when they go low we go high.
She definitely goes
yes,
low. I
yes.
know Kamala goes.
So I think I think Kamala is an excellent. Basically, I'm not sure if she has a lot of experience, and she could be the president. I think she could.
I mean,
right?
if this is one man can do it, a woman can do it.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think what she does with the immigration, we could notice that in any kind of subject that she touches, the problems get solved. So she has this understanding. Everybody knows that when she goes into a certain any kind of responsibility, it's like this is a big problem. Now it's solved.
Disappears with me like
yeah,
acid.
yeah.
Bleached.
So yes, so I think it's such a president that he proved his big, deep understanding by choosing her as her running mate.
Well,
his
that's
runner.
good. That's good. That's good. Two pieces of great leaders.
What is your opinion about? Did you vote? You vote for Biden, right?
I can disclose this piece of information. I'm on camera. What the fuck? You want to expose me here? Yes, I voted, but I think it's obvious what I did and with whom. But anyway, no. You can't vote. I mean,
81 million people voted for Biden.
wasn't
More
it
than
91
everybody.
or something?
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
they deserved it. That's clowns to clowns. But
It's
they're in
almost more
charge.
than everybody else in the history.
They are in charge.
He's very popular.
Yeah, but why don't you tell us about that fantastic prime minister,
Who?
Justin?
Oh, Justin Trudeau.
Justin.
Justin Trudeau, he's also in this. Maybe many people don't understand him because he was
It's too deep?
Yes, yes. Whenever he is expressing himself, there are various facets of his discourse, and most of the time, people just, especially the critics, they don't get how deep he goes and how much freedom
He goes deep.
Yeah,
Okay.
he really feels for the people. I really feel protected.
He's in the right
with him.
position then.
Yes, and Canada. I cannot even imagine somebody that is more fit. I heard that he was a drama teacher. So there is a lot of drama.
A good one.
There is a lot of drama, and he is prepared to deliver
He's
all the
trained.
time.
He's got
trained, yeah,
experience.
he's trained.
He's a teacher, an expert.
And I specifically, and I know many of my fellow Canadians enjoy his people around. For example, Cynthia Freeland, that she is our Minister of Finance without zero knowledge, zero credential in one of the most difficult situations right now with economy, with interest rates. No wonder everything goes through the roof now, because we are handled by very competent people.
Well, always, the
What is your opinion in America about because Trudeau, we understand that he is like almost like a poster guy all over the world.
I don't know how my fellow Americans see Trudeau. I can tell you how I see Trudeau. And I think he's a very incompetent individual. I think he's a fake and is transparent. You can see through his bullshit. And unfortunately, I don't know how to put it, through meritocracy in Canada, because his father was a nobody, he got to be the Prime Minister of Canada, and it shows. That's democracy for you, my friends, and for us overall. But hey, what do you want? Poor guy goes through a divorce, is unhappy. But hey, we got other examples, like for instance, the Chancellor of Germany, Olaf Scholz. What do you think about that weasel?
No, you see, I spoke about Joe Biden because I have a lot of information and I can speak on to the point, and Kamala and Trudeau. But about Scholz, I don't have enough information yet. Yeah,
Well,
I cannot be so certain.
let me
like
give you a
with this
little
guy.
update on the guy.
Yeah.
The guy is a mediocrity, is a mediocre guy, and I don't even know how in the hell he got over there. But looking at Trudeau, Trudeau could be a star compared with this guy. He's just I don't know. I don't even know how that guy got to be the Chancellor of Germany. But he's a weasel, that's for sure. But his foreign minister, she's a good one. She's a beauty, as Trump would say, Annalena Baerbock. Foreign minister, Jesus Christ.
I only heard a certain rumor that basically the previous chancellor of Germany, Merkel, she really made sure that around her are only people that are irrelevant, because she was very hungry for power. And basically this is why you get such a emptiness of options in Germany, because she handled specifically that. So there is no we are talked about Putin or whatever, that they are eliminating adversaries, but
we're not going to talk about the bad people here, okay? We're going to talk about the good people.
Yeah, I mentioned that name hopefully just to give a bad example. Yeah,
okay.
Bad example.
I just want to make sure.
Like he's just trying to kill them with Novichok. He doesn't succeed, but she is just eliminating them in a professional way. So they are not in the right position. So that's why it's such an emptiness in German politics right now.
I know you are very familiar and very knowledgeable on Mr. Macron's issue, the president of France. What can you tell about? I think he's the smartest of them all. That's what I think. The smartest of them all. I think he's a weasel too, but he's smart, I think. He's had a little bit of diplomacy.
Monsieur Macron,
Oui.
yes, he has a certain level of competence, but sometimes if you are competent and you don't have good intentions, you can do more harm. And for the French people, it's up to them to establish if, okay, whatever he knows what to do, is he also doing for their interest, which I looking there doesn't seem that the France is going into the right direction. the real problem for the political class in France, which I follow closely, is there is no real alternative. Everybody
Marine Le Pen.
in there, no, in there, there is so much already. It's almost like you mentioned, like say right now, a nephew of Adolf Hitler comes in Germany. The name has so much connotations that even if he would be Einstein 300, he will not be elected. And Marine Le Pen has the name Le Pen,
Father.
and which, by the way, Le Pen senior has, if you know French, he has a YouTube. He's still posting one interview every. So he's not such a. He's just demonized, but he's demonized enough. I don't see any options that she would go in, and if she goes in, she would be like Meloni. She already signed with everybody else,
don't think so.
right? You don't think so?
No, I think if Marine Le Pen, if she gets elected by a miracle, then I don't think she's going to be like Meloni. Meloni is unbelievable. I mean, I judge people based on 3 strikes. So if someone strikes 3 times, kind of in the same area, for me it's either bad intention or how to call it, incompetence, or I don't know, both, I would guess. So Meloni for me got strike 3 already in the first I don't know, 5 months or so. Done with her. Meloni, I think she's so inept, incapable. She's just. I don't think she knows much. She might say certain things that caught the public. Yeah. We want Meloni, but on the other hand, I think she doesn't know. I don't know. I was not impressed by anything that she said. I'm not easily impressed. That's another one, but it's just.
Let's turn 360 degrees.
Oh, like Barbok and go back to
let's-
Meloni again.
because one of the concerns here is that we are talking about these leaders that are inspiring, right, to many people. And my concern would be that the people that feel inspired by them may feel offended.
Well, we don't give up about the fans here. How about we talk about Sunak? Hamarishi, Makarishi, Maharishi.
Here it may be something that the British people that I like may not like what I'm saying, but you have there an aristocracy that don't care about you for hundreds of years, and this is just another way of, they put there a person of Indian descent because all of this fragmentation south, west, because they want to have somebody that just in case if somebody goes wrong, the aristocracy in England will fall on their own feet. So he's there because for sure they would have another position compared if they negotiate with India, which is a huge power right now. It's different to have Sunak there than to have Boris Johnson. So I think he knows also why he is there, but he's not going to do it for the regular people. He's going to arrange. The king will be still the king, and they need this type of people.
What's strange to me is, or for me, is how this Maharishi Sunak is still in power, or prime minister, and what's her name, Lazy Lizard Truss was kicked out after what, 40 some days. They didn't allow her. I mean, first, for me, she is a 1 out of 10, not in looks. I'm talking about, but looks.
Godplay.
But in well, did you hear that she had some little parties over there when she was foreign minister? I think that she was fined like £10,000 because she was a party girl. Anyway, she was kicked out in.
She offers solutions.
Yeah, for revolutions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who
next?
Just one thing about this. It's interesting that Boris Johnson, she and now they were a certain narrative that they are not solving the problems. There were many problems, economical and in social. And suddenly, when Maharishi came, all these problems are still there,
But he's still in power.
but the narrative disappeared, and that's one of the things that mass media does. Is like they will focus on a certain problem which exists in society. They will link it with a certain leader that they don't like, and then when the leader is somehow hit in the popularity because that problem exists, is correct. There were going to be another one. The person doesn't solve squat, but suddenly the problem is not of actuality in press, and everybody will forget about it. And regarding this, in France, there was a huge problem with with retirement, and the whole French population was tricked. Basically, it was a show of politicians, but they didn't try to revert it. They really didn't try because they had the referendum option, and for this one, they would have been able to gather 4 million signatures, but they didn't want. They just played it. Then they created this complete problem with the person that was killed, and everybody forgot about it. Nobody, I mean, Mélenchon speaks a little bit, but it was like this is kind of how democracy works. You just create another head, you present a different problem who is bigger, and people forget about the real issues. Like about what about Romanian leaders? What do you know about them?
What Romanian leaders?
I mean, the ones that are in power, I guess. Ciolacu and whatever.
Ah,
Iohannis.
you said Romanian leaders.
Yeah.
You said Iohannis. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know. Iohannis, I think, is by his policies of accepting everything that comes from the West as open door policy. I don't like that a bit. I'm not familiar with Ciolacu. I saw his face and he's like a wet rat. I don't have anything. I mean, it's just as a joke, but I don't know the guy. I don't know what he can or he can't do. I'm not familiar with him. I just saw a picture of him or two, and I was like, woohoo, look at this guy. It looks like me.
And this one would be a question for the viewers, but it's for you, and because I don't have any, like, how these people get so many votes. It's, you look around, you see, like, all the people that we were talking here. It's very difficult to. They are not. I don't see anything special in these people, in any level, intellect, looks, ability. Even sometimes are not able to speak. Not even to speak. To keep a certain idea and to be consistent. So how are these people elected? By millions and millions.
They fit a narrative, and they are the ones who are going to say, I'm doing it, I'm doing it, I'm doing it. And it's a competition of popularity contest among them with the interest. These guys, I remember when I came here, and I say it's the first time, and a friend of mine told me, and I said, then, come on, can't be like this. But yeah, she was like this. He said, well, before they get elected, he said, they all receive a piece of paper with A, B, C, D, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, it was just metaphorically. And he said, these guys have to check mark all that, and that's the way you get elected, or at least put for election, he said. And one more requirement is to go to the Middle East. And then, but I don't know, it's the one who yells the loudest saying, I will do what that big business wants, what that business wants, what that business wants. I think that's the way it is. And it's an infight between this, I don't know, mismatch. I don't know how to call them. It's just weasels would fit, I don't know. But the problem is, if you look at it, it seems like we are the weasels. Because we like it or we don't like it, they are in charge of us. We're not in charge of them. Supposedly, we vote for them. So technically, they are our employees.
They serve us.
Yeah, they serve, yeah. But, and nothing. Well, We can talk on and on about Orban and Vucic and Duda of Poland, but and we're not going to go to the bad ones, even though I mentioned two already, Vucic and Orban. But nevertheless, anything else? Another good leader, fantastic leader I can think of before we...
Now, not dead, right? Not dead.
Not dead.
Not dead.
Not dead. I mean, I mentioned Biden. Biden is already there, but...
So, for example, there will be elections, right? There will be elections in Canada. There will be elections in United States. There will be, and if the range of selection is so controlled, that's where you get a bad option and a better than bad or better than worse, and then most of that would be one of my explanation would be that most of the vote is negative. Pretty much, I'm not, instead of really looking for what that particular person can offer me, I'm just opening myself to all the scandals, and the more scandals for the campaign is the better. And then it's almost like, okay, how many strikes, how many scandals has Trump? This amount. How many scandals has Biden? This amount. But eventually, they are spending trillions of dollars. They are basically with their hand in our pocket deep, and they go deeper, and we are focusing on scandals that eventually we are not even assessing their performance.
Well, at least right? We're allowed to. It's mass media control the narrative, unfortunately, and we are allowed to go and supposedly elect someone over there who's going to lead. And I don't think we have good quality people over there, unfortunately. And I'm not a fan of this kind of, as I said many times, of the mass democracy. Well, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.